A South Korean virtual influencer is enjoying real world success, and a retired actor may make a virtual return. What that could spell for the future, and how that can help you learn English in just 15 minutes. Right now on English News Worth Talking About. Hey, it's Dennis Wilborn, the former sailor turned entrepreneur and English coach, and we have got some exciting, well, actually kind of dark news for today. Welcome back to English News Worth Talking About on All About English. This is the show where I break down some of my clients' favorite news articles to help you reach your English learning goals faster. Join me Monday through Friday for a new video, and be sure to stick around to the end where I share a new idiom to spice up your vocabulary. Today is Friday, October 14th, 2022, and our article today comes from engu.com, daily news. We've used this before many times. It is a great site where you can get free news articles and other materials to help you build your English skills online. Today, we're talking about virtual influencers. Let's see what it's all about. South Korea has a virtual influencer who's enjoying real world success. Yeah, go crazy, right? I mean, real world success. What's that all about? Look at that. Okay. Right. Let's talk vocabulary first and foremost. The first word on our list, most important for this article, is virtual. Created by or existing on a computer. I know this is the buzzword of the, I don't know, decade so far. I mean, I'm hearing everybody talking about virtual reality. We talk about augmented reality. Virtual humans is becoming a thing. Now we got a virtual influencer. Sample sentence. The company I work for organized a number of virtual events and seminars during the pandemic. This right here is a virtual presentation. My classroom is a virtual classroom. I'm sure you have probably done it some point in time during the COVID pandemic. Everything is virtual these days. All right, the next one is glamorous. Not something you would think you would hear in regards to virtual anything unless we're talking about pictures. Glamorous usually is associated with Hollywood. It means attractive and exciting in a way that is out of the ordinary. So there's attractive and exciting, and then there's glamorous. Way up here, glamorous. So think Hollywood actress. Usually we use that for women or lifestyles. She's been living a very glamorous lifestyle, speaking of, since inheriting her father's fortune. That sounds like someone I know. Well, I'm sure it sounds like a lot of people you might have heard of in Hollywood. Here's a good one. Sponsorship. Sponsorship. This episode is sponsored by me. If you'd like to learn how to learn English, learn how to speak English in a one-on-one or a group setting, you can check me out at Amazing Talker. I almost forgot where I am. You can find me on Amazing Talker. The link to take you straight to my page is in the description down below. You can also find it on the main page. I do one-on-one lessons where we talk about the news. I talk business. I talk I talk about writing, but mostly I do business and news conversations. I am going to start leaning more into entrepreneurship. So if you'd like to start your own business and learn English that goes with starting your own business, hook me up. No. Look me up look me up on Amazing Talker. Wow, I am just a mess today. Sponsorship. the act of supporting a person or organization. See, I'm sponsoring myself. I'm supporting myself, usually by paying money in return for advertising. Okay, the team, as the example, the team signed a new sponsorship deal with Adidas last month. I would love a sponsorship deal with Adidas. Of course, I don't use Adidas, so I'll probably never get one. Appeal. Here's a good word, appeal. Now, appeal can be a plea, like, oh, I'm appealing to your better nature, but appeal is also to be attractive, interesting, or desirable. Like there's a certain appeal to that idea you might hear. Here we go. The idea of visiting New Zealand appeals to me, but I don't know if I could afford it. Yeah, that's a good point. New Zealand is a very expensive place to live, um, but really beautiful. Contribute, contribute. To be one of the things that causes or makes something happen. Okay. Another verb, to contribute, to be one of the things that causes or makes something happen. Dan hated having to work overtime, which contributed to his decision to look for a new job. Dan hated to work overtime. The overtime contributed to his decision to look for a new job. So it's not Dan contributing, it's the overtime contributing in this case. And the last word, I love this word. It's great because we got Halloween coming up in a couple of weeks. Creepy. Ugh, creepy. This means causing a feeling of fear or nervousness. Do you ever get those shivers up your spine? Ugh, creepy. I hate watching creepy movies when I'm home alone. Ooh, yeah, you know, it's weird. My kids like creepy stuff, but like kid creepy, like little skeletons dancing around. They think it's hilarious. I don't know why. They love it. Anyway, all right, let's get into this article. A South Korean virtual influencer enjoys real world success. Now, this is a very interesting story. I'll just read the first paragraph. Oh, Rosie, a 22-year-old from Seoul, is a new social media star who has become very popular in South Korea, gaining 147,000 followers since her Instagram debut in August of 2020. I don't have anywhere near that many followers, but you can always look me up on Instagram. You'll find me and say, I'm just kidding. I don't want that many followers. That's too many people to keep track of. But, it's easy to see why she's popular. The article goes on to tell us that she's traveled everywhere in the world while everyone in the world was locked down. Not, oh, Rosie, she's not locked down at all. She's living what's that word? Glamorous lifestyle, with her earliest Instagram post showing her skydiving over Namibia, backpacking in Egypt, on safari in Botswana, and posing by Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe. Apparently, she liked Africa for some reason, but good for her. So Rosie's also famous. She's so famous. She's promoted big name brands. I'm sure you've heard of Tiffany, Calvin Klein. I believe she's done some commercials for Audi and a few others as well. Um, but yeah, as a matter of fact, by the end of the year, to September 2021, so a year and a month later, she had over 100 business sponsorships. Whoa. And the guess estimate was that she was going to make over a billion won, or about 700,000 US dollars last year in 2021. That's impressive. Now, granted, she was created by an advertising company called Sidious Studio X, because guess what? She's not a real person. She's not even real. She's what you call a virtual human, or in the article, they say virtual character created by this South Korean advertising company. They call her the first virtual influencer. And she is an influencer. She influences people to buy things. And she's specially designed to appeal to young people. They are doing a great job, apparently, because they're making lots of money. She shares her interests, which she shares with young people: fashion, travel, protecting the environment, because everybody's got to do that these days. And her image appeals to other companies, and they like to use her. And the best part about a virtual influencer is, unlike human influencers, you don't have to worry about them behaving badly. They don't do bad things. They don't do embarrassing things. They do exactly what they're told, and they never ever get old. How about that? No wrinkles. Ooh. mm, uh, I'm not a virtual influencer. I'm the real deal right over here. Now, she's been in magazines. She's danced on TV commercials. She's been uh, on the radio, even in Korea, with an AI voice. She has been on a TV show. They talked about that in February. She was in Dr. Park's clinic here in Korea. And yeah, she gets around. The funny thing is, according to the All K-pop website, the website All K-pop, some of the viewers wrote that her appearance was weird and creepy. Yeah, a little bit creepy. I don't know. I've never actually seen her acting skills, but I did take a peek at her Instagram page. One person said, "I thought she was an actual person who's just really bad at acting. But look at these pictures. She looks pretty realistic to me." But let's take a look at that Instagram page. So this is Rosie.Graham on Instagram. Rosie.Graham. She's Korea's first virtual influencer. And look at these pictures, man. I tell you, she does look realistic. It's crazy how realistic she looks. And people are influenced by, look at that. She looks like that Frozen chick from that movie. I love this one. Oh, look at, she's got typical Korean duck face. Um, and here's this, I forget the actor's name. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. This is an absolutely amazing situation here. We've got Rosie Graham. This is from lotusx.com. This is the company that created her. Let's check out lotusx.com. One of the cool and wild things about LocusX is that they have multiple virtual humans. Not only do they have Rosie, they've got a K-pop band and all kinds of people doing things on the internet. Crazy. Not just on the internet, TV commercials. I've seen it. It's wild. So let's take a look. The technology, you'd think, I thought it was all computer generated, but after I looked into it, you can see this is not computer generated. This is made by video rendering. They took pictures of this actress or this person's body and completely made a digital 360-degree image. Isn't that crazy? So this got me thinking about the actor named Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis was recently diagnosed with aphasia, and this is a disease that affects the brain, and so therefore he had to retire. A few weeks ago, it was reported that he was selling his digital likeness to a deep fake company. Deep fake, what is that? A deep fake is literally a computer generated image that copies a person's face, kind of like what we just saw in the video. And it will change their face, or it will put their face on another person. You can literally control. It looks realistic. It looks scary. I don't have the video of that, but according to Bruce Willis, he said that is not real. He didn't do it. It wasn't really him. He said, no, I didn't do it. So Bruce Willis says, no, he refuted the report that he sold his digital likeness to this deep fake company. And so the word is, now I looked at the video, which I don't have time to share it to you. The word is that his team is dismissing that he sold his digital likeness to the deep fake company, which is fortunate. But this was all over the media. Everybody was reporting on the sale of his digital likeness. Apparently, it was not correct. He sold his digital likeness to Deepcake for one project, and that was all. Um, Nevertheless, what if they made a deep fake where he said, I'm selling my digital likeness to this company, and it wasn't really him? How could you tell? I'm sure they'd have to have some way to find out, but it's really scary if you ask me. So I just wanted to share that little bit of information with you. I'm really absolutely surprised. Not only am I seeing the news that we have a virtual influencer who's completely made up, we have uh, a Hollywood actor who's coming out of retirement to make virtual movies. Not true, but it could be. And check this out.
For us to rebuild.
This is a special piece for Ukraine. There's two different types of hologram that we're going to be making. Quiet please everybody, we're going to go for take now. Here we go, and action.
Even now, as the war is raging, we continue the digital transformation of our state.
We need to use next generation technologies. We need to make it feel like he's more in the room.
I don't think that I ever seen this technology before.
And my question to you.
Go for it. Really appreciate your time.
No.
It's great to meet you. Thank you.
No.
I saw with my eyes the extent of the crimes against.
It has been an enlightening experience to be part of this today.
Wow, enlightening indeed. Did you notice that camera setup? It looked a lot like the other setup. All that 360-degree cameras. What's frightening and enlightening to me is that politician, you may have recognized him, was the president of Ukraine himself, Mr. Volodymyr Zelensky. Who's to say that the president that we see on the news is actually the real president? That's what I wanted to talk about today. It's a question that I think should be on everybody's minds. What's to say that they don't take someone else's digital likeness and put it in front of the world and say that Zelensky is declaring World War III or something else? Who knows what who knows what another politician might do or say? It's an interesting thought exercise I encourage everyone to think about. So they started, well, let's see. Let's finish up the day. What have we learned today? Wow, it was a big one. It was a big one. What did we learn today? Well, it seems that computers are trying to take all of the jobs from people. First, it was robots, robot manufacturing, then fast food ordering stations, and now even influencers and actors and politicians are being replaced. Is anybody's job safe? I guess we're all just going to sit home and watch ourselves on TV. Number two, apparently everybody who's famous needs to be digitized. Did you notice all those big names in that store? From Bruce Willis to Volodymyr Zelensky, everybody is going to be fake. Do we know who's going to be? Finally, just when we thought the lies and the fake news on the internet were getting bad enough, now we can't even trust our own eyes. I know. I'm always telling people, and you included, ask questions, but must we really question everything? I mean, seriously. Okay, it's time for the idiom of the day. Look, idiom of the day: pull the wool over one's eyes. Look, you may have heard this expression. To pull the wool over one's eyes means to deceive someone, to hoodwink someone. Hoodwink, deceive. They're actually both the same meaning. To prevent someone from discovering something by deceiving them. and I can't see the rest. Oh, to fool someone into thinking well of them. But that's the idiom of the day. Pull the wool over your eyes. To deceive, to hoodwink, to prevent someone discovering the truth, or to fool someone into thinking well of them. I do believe that some people are trying to pull the wool over our eyes with all of this deep fake and virtual human technology. Listen, where did this come from? You can't pull the wool over my eyes originally meant I am not dead. It originated from being buried in a shroud of wool. Since ancient times, England has been known for its wool goods and domestic wool production, and it contributed very much to the original country's economy. And I think it still does, actually. In the 14th and 15th century, under King Charles II's reign, not King Charles III, who's in charge right now, a law was created to boost English wool consumption. And so, after 1678, all bodies were buried in wool only, unless they had died from the plague. The penalty for not being buried in wool was £5, which was a lot of money back then. And finally, it took them until 1815 or 1814 to finally revoke that law. So, hey, look, we are not dead yet. So don't let these virtual humans pull the wool over your eyes. And that is all the time we have for today. I can't pull the wool over your eyes. You are far too smart. And you know how much I thrive on coffee. And you also know how to help a coffee lover out. Just click the link in the description. And I will see you tomorrow. Your homework for today: be sure to share this program with just one of your friends. Smash the like button and leave a comment about what you've learned down below. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. And if you'd like to join the conversation yourself in a one-on-one or even a group class, check out my page on Amazing Talker. You might find me doing a video about an article you chose as well. And always remember, learning is meant to be an adventure. That's what it's all about.